This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to help you build your online presence. So one of the most important parts of your website is your contact form. Basically, this is how you're getting new leads and essentially how you're actually making income. So let's talk about some best practices for your contact form to help you pull in more work and keep your business running. The first thing you need to have is a beautiful website that answers your couple's questions through an FAQ and also sets expectations. Now, y'all already know this is huge. I talk about this in almost all my videos, especially in my 1-star review video, which y'all can check out right up above. But your website not only needs to show your photos, but set expectations before your couples even contact you. You can do this by having a pricing page that actually shows your initial pricing on the page, or even have an FAQ page where you answer some questions. By doing this, you're already narrowing down your leads so that you have hotter leads who are contacting you rather than just randos all the time. Now, keep in mind, one of the best ways to build a beautiful website where you can house your contact form is with this video sponsor, Squarespace. If you're not familiar with Squarespace, it's an online platform to help you build your website quickly and easily. This is the best way to get a web presence for your business. Now, again, like we were just talking about, it's very easy to choose a great template and build yourself pages like a contact form, an FAQ page, or even a pricing page. These are things you're all going to need for your business to help you grow your business. And again, it's super easy to do on Squarespace. After you've chosen a great template for yourself and built your site, put your photos on it, you can also use great features like analytics to track who's coming to your website and where from. The new Fluid engine, which makes it super easy to build your pages. Honestly, it's my best new feature, especially being an old school Squarespacer. And they also have commerce features. So if you're trying to sell your own products or merch, you can easily do that on your website. Make sure to check out the link in the description below for 10% off of your first website or domain. And again, once you set up your site with that 10% off, make yourself an FAQ page, a pricing page, and also a contact page. And let's get back into the best practices for your contact form that you'll be putting on that contact page. So when you build your contact page, make sure you're giving some context on the page as well. You don't just want a blank page just like, here's the contact form. You actually want to give a little bit of insight to your contact form. Now, what I personally do is give a little blurb about me, myself, and what I'm doing when they're contacting me, and also how long it might take me to get back to your couples. Again, setting expectations is huge. So letting them know like, hey, these are the days I normally respond, or it'll take me at least 24 hours goes a long way. Because the last thing you want to do is have a couple hit you up and then they just never hear from you. And then like 5 days later, you're like, oh, my bad. I actually don't respond every week. So this is just what it is. Let them know that up front, so at least they're not like getting salty because you never contacted them. So now that you have your website and you made your contact page, let's talk about the contact form. So when you first start creating your contact form, there's one big choice you have to make. Do you want more inquiries or do you want hotter leads? So basically the way that you deal with each of these is either you have more questions, which will give you hotter leads, because basically someone who just wants to find out the price or is just hitting you up real quick, they're not going to want to fill out 50 different questions. However, if you want to get more inquiries in and possibly turn those into new actual couples, then you need to have less questions. I kind of sit in the middle-ish, more towards the less questions, but also one thing that helps with that too is having your pricing on your site. So by having your pricing on your site and less questions, you're going to dodge the price shoppers, because that's one of the biggest things that most people talk about is they're like, well, why put less questions to get more leads? But it's just a bunch of people like, what's the price? What's the price? What's the price? So if you put the starting at price on your site, the people who think that's way too much will just leave and you'll never have to deal with them. So again, make that choice first off. Do you want hotter leads? If so, put more questions. If you want more leads, less questions. And if you want to truncate that down to less price shoppers, then put a pricing page on your site that tells how much you're actually charging to start. So now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about some of the common things on your contact form. Now, I use HoneyBook to build my contact form and also to deal with all my clients. If you're not familiar with HoneyBook, I have lots of videos about it up above. It is an amazing CRM, which I highly recommend to anybody running a business at all, even if you're not doing wedding photography. And if you want 35% off of your first year, definitely check out the link in the description below. So here's the contact form that I'm currently using. And these would be what I would say are kind of the best practice things to use in your contact form. So to start out, your name, your spouse's name. This is so you can get to know the couple a little bit better. It's always nice to know who you're talking to rather than just referring to them as like that person. Because again, we want to make wedding photography much more personable, not just transactional. Then I have ways for me to get back in contact with the couple if for some reason email's not working. So their phone number, their email as well. Now, I know some people who love to follow up their couples by calling them almost immediately once they get the inquiry. That's probably like a really good best practice. So if you like jumping on the phone, you should try that out. A lot of times getting people on the phone is much better than waiting with emails. Generally, I like to set up automations and have that automation email my couple back automatically without me even having to deal with it. I also have a how did you hear about me? This is actually really nice just for people to figure out like where they got to me from, and then I can think about where I want to put my ad money if I'm getting my increase from a specific spot more so. Actually, on that note, most of my increase now come from YouTube because people are already seeing me do wedding photography and they're like, oh, that'd be awesome. So it may be in my best interest to start advertising on YouTube for wedding photography. The what service are you interested in is something that I did new recently. And that's because my business has changed a bit now that I do YouTube coaching and coaching as well. So I have to kind of separate that out because I do get a lot of people who actually go to my website and fill out the form, even though it's specifically wedding photography, and will just be like, hey, do you want to do this sponsored video? And I'm like, guys, I'm trying to book weddings. So that's new. Generally, I wouldn't have something like that. However, if you're a photographer that does weddings, families, and headshots or something, you can have something like that as well, so that at least you can have every specific type of client kind of separated. And the cool thing is with Honeybook as well, with your automations, is when you have this what service are you interested in, you can have automations for each type of service. So you're not going to send out the same email to, say, a wedding couple that you would to a headshot person, you know? So that's something else I absolutely love about it. Next up is the wedding date and the wedding venue. Again, because I travel for most of my weddings, this is huge. Also, I don't take weddings on Sunday anymore. I stopped doing that like 2 years ago. So I really need to know the date. I need to know if I'm free, obviously, if I'm shooting another wedding, or if it's on a Sunday, or if it's around my kids' birthdays. Because, oh my God, I don't know what happened. Last year, I booked a wedding on my son's birthday, and I was just like, what? How did I do this? It was the worst, yo. Never again. Never again. All the parents out there, I know y'all understand. So the wedding date is huge. Also, the wedding venue is helpful as well. So I know if I'm going to be traveling, if it's close by, if it's a venue I've shot at before, which again doesn't matter as much, but it's always nice to know. Now, at this point, this is when your contact form is going to start switching up depending on what you want to actually do with your couples. Now, again, if you want more questions, you can start adding more things then that are like fun or jokes or, you know, why do you like my photography? What is it about my art that makes you feel like you want it for your wedding day? You can do things like, what's your favorite Marvel character or something like that. Anything like that that's going to hone in on your specific couple that you want, add those questions in as well. Like I said again, if you want hotter leads, have more questions and have them be very specific questions like that. Like, what's your favorite mixed drink of choice? You know, like if you're really into whiskey or something and the couple's really into whiskey, y'all already got a connection there and they're going to see it in the contact form. So those kind of things I would put at the end of the contact form, kind of here where I have it on mine. That's a great way, again, to connect to your couple and also funnel out the people who don't care. Because that's another thing too. Like if you're trying to do, let's say, bulk wedding and you just want weddings, so as long as the couple's not crazy, you're just like, whatever, I don't care. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna shoot the photos. Less questions, book whoever. Honestly, you could probably automate the whole booking process. Generally, I like to meet with my couples. So after they fill this out, we're going to have a meeting. I want to make sure that I'm good for them, they're good for me, we're all cool. And then we go on for booking. But if you're just trying to get people in the door, you know, you don't need questions like that. But this is generally where I would put that stuff. and make them as specific as you can, really. Like anything that you think is fun that fits in with you and your vibe and what you're going to bring to their wedding, put it on your contact form. And don't be afraid to be a little different or weird. Really, put it on your contact form. I mean, as of this point, I think my About Me on my website still has me talking about how I like to play support, like in Overwatch, which I really need to change that because Overwatch it's not the look no more. But like lean into what makes you you so that your couples really know that. You want them to really understand who you are and what you're going to be bringing to their wedding day rather than just trying to book random people and then them being like just no connection at all. And then after you've put all those extra personalized questions, a lot of times I like to put just a little tell me more at the bottom or, tell me about your wedding day or any specifics like that. This is a great way for them to tell you like either where they found you or what they love about your work or like maybe they have special occasions or some kind of special like, oh, I need you to shoot for 2 hours or it's going to be a 4-day event. All that stuff can go there at the bottom. And the people who do have specific circumstances, they're going to put extra stuff in there. There's like no other option for them. They'll definitely put it in there because they want you to know up front, like, hey, this is what you're getting into. So this is what I would say is a great contact form. Again, obviously I'm biased. This is my own, but very pared down, all the specific questions that I need, nothing more, very straightforward. And again, I have pricing on my site. So I actually don't get a lot of leads because people who want to contact me really want to contact me. And I would say I'm booking 60 to 75% of most of the people who get in contact with me. So definitely, definitely follow some of these tips for your contact form. And again, check out HoneyBook because it's one of the easiest ways to get the contact form on that contact page we made earlier on your Squarespace website. Let me know in the comments below if there's any other questions you'd like to add to your contact form. This can definitely be personable, but what have you seen that works with your couples and what you're trying to get in your business? I hope this was helpful for you, and if you absolutely loved it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe for more videos, and check out these videos here to learn more about wedding photography.